Hey there, Long Beach. So I'd like to say that we've been seeing a market that is somewhat normalizing. We've spent January with good buyer demand, and especially last month in February, we saw a larger percentage of homes sell more quickly, and the buyers being more active since interest rates dipped down. And as the rates crept up again, that demand reduced. So where are we now? Well, for more info about the housing market, be sure to subscribe to my social channels and check out my monthly real estate market series, which lets you know what's happening both locally and nationally. But for now, let's look at what's happening right here in Long Beach. Hi, I'm Stephanie.Oliver with eXp Realty, and at the time of this recording, there were 247 total residential listings, including condos, townhomes, and multi-units, and only 137 active available single-family homes. This is even lower than the low approximate 150 home count that had been holding steady over the last 2 months. Inventory here hasn't been this low in quite some time, and especially for a time of year that is usually steadily increasing, peaking around May. We've shed about 10% of our inventory just over the last month in Southern California, and in many areas, inventory levels have retreated back to being at or even below the low 2021 levels. And we can see this now happening in the Long Beach active stats and in these surrounding communities as well. There are 130 homes that are pending and 83 homes that sold in February, and 35 of those, which is 42%, sold in a 2-week duration of being listed on the market. Homes sold for an average of $978,000 with 48 days on the market, and 38 of these received above the seller's asking amount. And again, take these pending and days on market stats with a grain of salt, because even though it still has been favorable to the sellers here, with multiple offers and some buyers willing to pay above asking amounts, it's old news. The market is still volatile and has been changing again. Not only is it a different market from what it was Q4 of last year and even the first month of 2023, but since then we've received a series of reports. We'll call it the good with the bad, because the job market and consumer spending were much stronger than anticipated, which is good, but also bad because it means that inflation is stickier and may be more embedded than anticipated, leading to the Fed needing to continue to raise the interest rates. According to reports on housing, purchase applications have not only fallen 44% year over year, but also down about 6% week over week. And about 9,000 missing sellers in the Southern California area are absent from what we normally place on the market at this time. So all of that ramping up that we did at the beginning of the year, and especially through last month in February, which will be reflected in the closing sales stats for next month, has now again changed as of a couple weeks ago, as we have now gone up and over a 7% interest rate here at the beginning of March. And the Fed is very likely to be pushing the rates up even further. This creates additional affordability issues for buyers that want to buy and were actually out shopping at open houses only a few weeks ago when rates dropped and were closer to 6%. And for those that can afford the higher rates, there is a supply problem, and the homeowners that actually want to sell are not moving because of the great rates that they are in, and they don't want to become a buyer at the much higher prevailing rates, creating a continuing supply crisis as well as missing from the demand, all primarily because of interest rates. So, although the year is young, we may have reached our cruising altitude with only very minor increases to inventory and sales, unless the rates once again dip down. It's hard to determine what will happen next, especially with the new jobs report carrying a lot of weight on the path that the Fed will take next, as the numbers are analyzed. The silver lining to all of this is that many experts are saying that we should be in a more favorable rate environment towards the late part of the year, as the rate hikes are absorbed in the system and economic numbers cool down. So take this as a sign that if you've been holding off and waiting for rates to decrease again to jump into the market, what do you think that other buyers are also doing? With the reduced supply, all that it takes is for the rates to drop some, and there will be once again a competitive environment, a feeding frenzy. For the long-term home buyer to build equity in the home and refinance once rates come down again, you may have a lot less competition and more seller concessions within the next couple of months compared to waiting for a rate dip. And for sellers, the same holds true. If you're a seller that is waiting for rates to go down, what do you think that everyone else is going to do? People that didn't do something, waiting on the sidelines to do something, are going to miss out to bring a property to the market when there are currently not enough properties on the market. So unless you'll want to do some price corrections or additional seller concessions to please the buyers out there, you'll want to make a move before your competition. Now, it is no surprise to us at all that homes are staying on the market a little bit longer than a year or so ago with these increasing interest rates. Yet in our area, there currently is still buyer activity with 13 Long Beach homes going into escrow within the last week, only on the market for up to 10 days. And there are financial benefits and opportunities right now for both buyers and sellers. Every home is different and every goal is different. So when you work with my team and I, we'll strategize about how to prepare you for best success with your offer and negotiations, and what to do with your home, and create a custom plan to ensure that your goal is reached, and make sure that you have maximum marketing exposure, especially online where buyers are beginning their home search. And again, I'm Stephanie with eXp Realty, and this is how technology, strategies, and service can move you.